Mercy, you finally arrived. Wipe the dust from your shoes and come in, sugar. Your presence will be such a tonic for poor, dear Mrs. Beaumont. She's been fanning herself by the window in a state of absolute agitation awaiting you. Now, if y'all can find it in your hearts to indulge us for one fleeting afternoon, we are going to make a brave pretense of having actually paid attention in those drafty schoolrooms of our youth. We are going to cast our eyes upon some literature. Oh, honey, don't recoil like a wilted gardenia. We had that very same visceral reaction, I assure you. But please, don't fret. This won't be some dreary, moth-eaten fourth-grade book report, and it most certainly is not that wretched English 101 paper you ghost wrote for that adorably dull fraternity boy, the one with the jawline of a god and the intellect of a damp brick.
In the shadows of the South, music is never merely a matter of meter or rhyme. It is a blood pulse, a haunting choir rising from the red clay in the stagnant swamp water. These melodies are our true inheritance, carrying the weight of a century's grief and glory in the time it takes for a tallow candle to flicker and die. Within the span of a few desperate minutes, a song unearths the same ghosts that Capote, Flagg, and Mitchell spent hundreds of ink-stained pages trying to exorcise. The secrets they buried in chapters of typeset prose, the family rot, the hidden sins, and the fierce, jagged beauty of our land are all laid bare in the vibration of a single steel string. Which brings us to Lindeville, heavy with the scent of honeysuckle and the impending promise of a summer storm, a setting that Tennessee Williams might have recognized, though the players here are far removed from the faded aristocracy of his parlors. It was in the year 2022 that this particular tableau was unveiled, a piece of auditory theater titled Brenda, Put Your Bra On. Do not mistake this for a mere country tune. It is a deliberate construction, a piece of trailer park noir brought to life by Ashley McBryde, Caylee Hammack, and the enigmatic Pillbox Patti. They, along with a cabal of architects, including Raitiere, Brandy Clark, Connie Harrington, and Benjy Davis, gathered at a retreat to conjure not just a song, but an entire fictional township. When you hear those acoustic guitars strumming, a sound intentionally cluttered with the ambient noise of a humid evening, you are hearing theatrical authorial intent. They are acting, you see, slipping into the skins of Lindeville residents as easily as one slips into a worn housecoat, their delivery casual and conversational, like hushed secrets passed over a rusted chain-link fence. The narrative voice is a collective serpent, a we that represents the neighborhood voyeurs, the Greek chorus of the cul-de-sac. We are unreliable witnesses, truth be told, for we care little for the morality of the domestic dispute erupting across the street. We desire only the spectacle. The lyrics arrive in a staccato rhythm, a rapid-fire delivery that mimics the very heartbeat of urgent gossip. Phrases like, "Let's go, baby, grab a lawn chair," tumbling out with internal rhymes that quicken the pulse. It is communal voyeurism as a blood sport, a shared drama that binds us together in an otherwise stagnant environment. We watch the vivid snapshots of this white trash collage fly by, the departing blue Ford, the sad majesty of Walmart bags catching the wind, the dusting of cigarette ash, and at the center of it all, the titular bra. It is a magnificent metaphor, that undergarment. By demanding Brenda don it, we are signaling a shift from private despair to public performance. The drama has become so compelling that decorum is required, even if the audience is merely standing on the front lawn. This is not the moonlight and magnolias South of legend. This is the working-class New South, a landscape dotted not with Doric columns, but with Dollar Generals and rent-to-own emporiums. The song is deeply rooted in these Southern markers, the trailer park, the sacred space of the porch, and the ever-present threat of the law. It sketches a specific reality, focusing almost exclusively on the white working-class experience, navigating the region's complex color lines by largely ignoring them to focus on internal class dynamics. It reflects a hard truth of a region where, according to census data from the early 2020s, the poverty rate hovered near 13.2%, a persistent burden carried heavily by rural communities. McBryde, hailing from Arkansas, and Patti from Florida know the scent of this soil, lending the work a certain authenticity. Yet it is so highly stylized that it approaches a form of hillbilly drag. It is a heightened theatrical version of reality, firmly planted in the Southern grotesque. We find humor in the decay, comedy in the mess of a cheating husband and clothes strewn about the yard. An outsider, peering in through the smudged glass of this song, might see only stereotypes reinforced: the crazy ex-girlfriend, the lazy man, the gossiping harpies. They might view it as a caricature that makes poverty look like a choice made for entertainment. But that is a superficial reading. The subversion lies in the absence of tragedy. These tales are usually cautionary. Here, the characters are having a marvelous time watching the chaos. It grants them agency and humor often denied them in polite media. For the Southerner, this is a bonding anthem, an acknowledgement of the Lindeville that exists in every county. It is a monument of nostalgia that allows us to laugh at the absurdity of our own environment without the stinging judgment of an external lens, proving that even in the gaps between the stereotypes, a vibrant, hilarious sisterhood thrives.
Now don't stand there looking at me with those wide, wounded eyes, honey. I can't bear a scene when the humidity's this high. If you're looking for that melody, that sweet, aching little tune we just talked about, it's waiting for you down in the description. It's tucked away like a love letter you weren't supposed to find, but there it is, plain as the moon over the delta. And listen to me, sugar, don't be cruel. Reach out your hand and tap that like icon, and for heaven's sake, subscribe to us. A soul needs a little attention to keep from fading away into the wallpaper, and we've always depended on the kindness of strangers like you.